Darlington was just 9 years old when he created his first song.
It wasn't that good now that, but I made it at 9 years old, and from there I never stopped. I just kept on working and working until, they say sharpen the saw. So I'm always working on improving my sounds, working on improving my skill, working on improving my network.
Years after what was his first real adventure in the musical world, creating a unique sound with the goal of capturing a global audience is a major driving force for one of the country's rising music producers, Darlington Chikwewo.
All those sounds out there, they've heard them before, and they know, everyone knows, like, oh, okay, we have the Spanish sound, which is happening there, and then they have that American sound, hip-hop and all that. It's their sound. But what they don't have is Afrobeats. Afrobeats is an African sound. What they don't have is Gqom, SA. They don't have that. If you play them that, they'll be like, I've never heard of this before. What is that? You know what I mean? So I think that's why they're starting to look into Africa, because there's so many cultures and there's diversity in Africa. So that diversity, like I said, it's just 12 notes repeating. They haven't heard those 12 notes in an African way.
Popularly known as DLC, Darlington is making a positive impression on the continent, with working on Coke Studio being among major achievements. For Darlington, being back home is always a pleasure, as he shares the experience of being part of a major African music show.
Well, getting to work with different artists on Coke Studio, it's a very enlightening process because everyone has their own workflow, So you have to, sometimes we don't even speak the same language, we have to figure out how we can work this thing out, but essentially we end up at a place where we all just meet and understand each other, that we're here for music. And music it's an international language. We can all understand, like, oh, okay, this note is playing like this note is correct, this note is wrong. We want to sing, we want to end up with a song that's good. So knowing that any suggestion that's made in the session, it's made with the intention of making the song better. It's not that, no, I'm this guy, I know better, I have more hits or what. No, they're like, we just want to make a good song and make the show good, and that's how you see Coke Studio ends up with some very good music, in my opinion.
While he's had the opportunity of working with top artists on Coke Studio, Darlington takes pride in working on projects with local artists.
I saw that video and then I was like, oh, this is really cool. I looked for his contacts, and then when I got them, I was like, yo, are you interested in doing a song? I was like, yeah, sure, let's do a track. I was like, yo, so where do you think we might take this thing? And then I was like, it'll be interesting to check what's happening in dancehall right now, because dancehall is a big thing at the moment. So I was like, it'll be interesting to see what we can do with dancehall, because and mix different genres into making that song happen. So we had ideas back and forth until we got to this song. So yeah, let me play the track.
Open
Darlington, a Winky D admirer, hopes to work on other collaborations with local artists.
I'm very open to collabs. Like, rarely do I say, if I happen not to work with someone, it's because maybe we didn't meet at the point at the time we're supposed to meet, or something happened. But rarely do I say no to collabs, because I'm always open to making new music. That's how you get other opportunity, you know, because you're opening yourself to a different market, you're opening yourself to a different genre, you're opening yourself to learn. My biggest thing is always learning from other people. I try to learn as much as I can. In any environment I go, I don't go there and be like, yo, I'm this guy, I've done this. No, I'm like, okay, cool, show me how you're doing this. Oh, that's how you do it. Ah, I used to do it this way, but your way is better.
Given his experience of working with top musicians on Coke Studio, Young DLC is a firm believer in the creation of a unique Zimbabwean sound. Nigeria is one of Africa's success stories when it comes to penetrating the global market. With a few of the country's musicians having been able to go global, DLC believes unity in the industry is vital.
Here in Zim, we have our own market, and that works for us. You do your shows here and it works, you know, you can buy a house, cars and all that. But musically, music is bigger than just Zim. It can move anywhere in the world. So I think it will just take everyone getting on the same board and saying, egos aside, we want to push our industry. And then that's how you see Nigerians have like a very big artists. It's because they work together. Even though they do different things, and when at award shows everyone wants an award, but they understand that this is our industry, it's not anyone else's. If we don't push this, it's not going to work. So that's why you see they push their stuff, even their media, they have like so much media support. It's because they understand it's their industry and they're trying to push that Nigerian sound outside into the world. And once it's in the world, no one can claim it. It's theirs. That's why you see anyone who tries to make any Afrobeats or anything else, if Nigerians hear it, they'll tell you, no, this is wrong. It's not authentic. It's not the sound that I know from home, because it's from home. So once we recognize and we see, like, identify, everyone identifies like, yo, this is our industry. It's not anyone else's. Zimbabwean music industry, it's our industry. We have to push it, and no one is going to come from anywhere outside and say we're going to push it. Yes, international acts may come in Zim and perform, but they're going to leave and go back home. And we stay with our industry. And it ends there. If we don't push it, it's going to stop there.
Filled with so much enthusiasm, the sky can only be the limit for Young DLC.